Hey YouTube, how you doing? Widgie here, bringing you some patch notes update on Iron Harvest 1920. So this is the pre-season open beta patch notes 0.11.5. So this is something that I've just been greeted with when opening up the game, and I thought I'd just give you guys a quick video on my thoughts on the recent patch notes before the 1st of September release date. So, I'm not going to go through absolutely everything. I'm going to go through some of the key changes here. So, general changes. So, one of the big ones, melee. So, I know you guys and myself have been complaining a lot about the melee system, the fact that the troops will automatically engage in melee when they're close to each other, which can be kind of annoying because they're not doing as much damage as they should be, especially for the RUSVIETs because their shotguns do a lot of damage close range. So this has now been changed, so infantry units will no longer engage enemies in melee unless explicitly ordered to or when they are attacked in melee themselves. They will also leave the state earlier and easier if they can, which is really good, which means that, you know, if you're playing against RUSVIET and you're not RUSVIET yourself, you would probably maybe want to engage in melee because of the shotgun damage is going to be probably a lot for you. And if you're RUSVIET, you want to make sure that you don't manually engage in combat. So yeah, that sort of switches it up a bit, so that's really good. And you can see they've fixed a couple of issues here with units getting into cover, which is really good. And so you can now hold the right mouse button and drag an arrow over a cover to set the orientation you are looking at, which is really good. Selected units will try to find cover nearby in the direction you set. That's really good. And also, this is a great one for more of the competitive scene with hotkeying and stuff like that. This is something that I wanted them to do because I know, like in StarCraft, for example, you can hit the space bar and it can cycle through your hive or your base, your main base where you get your workers. And in this, it's similar to that. So for F1, F2, F3, you can select your HQ, barracks, and workshop, and double pressing will then focus it, which is really good. So that's something I really like. Oh, this is a good thing as well. I noticed when I was playing in the chat box, if you hovered over it, it'll annoyingly open on you. So you can actually disable the in-game chat entirely. I mean, I think maybe putting a separate setting here will be good. Maybe not disabling it entirely, but being able, maybe you have to click on something for the chat to pop up. That would be quite good. Mission challenges. I'm not going to go through the mission challenges too much. I don't get involved with the missions, or the challenges on the game myself. I just play online more and a bit of the campaign, so I'm not going to touch upon that too much. Balance changes. This is really big here. Reserve pacing. So to boost workshop in tier 2 heroes, we've made some adjustments. So tier 1 heroes now cost more. So rather than just 1 point, they cost 2, and also reserves 1 cost has increased. And the Reserves 2 does not require Reserve 1 to be deployed first anymore. That is insane. That is a big change. It now requires both Barracks and Workshop, with at least one of the two being upgraded. Wow. That's actually a massive change. I didn't even realise this bit here. So this is crazy, because with Reserve 2, usually you'd build a Barracks or a Workshop and just solely upgrade one of those so you can get your Reserve 2 as quickly as possible. This means that Reserve 2 is actually going to be a lot later in the game now, so it's going to draw it out a lot more. So maybe Reserve 1 now is going to be more important than anything. Yes, the cost of Reserve 1 is increased, but Reserve 2 is super late game. You're going to have to build a Barracks, a Workshop, and then upgrade one of them. So that's kind of crazy. And the tier 1 hero thing is kind of crazy as well, because you might want to actually opt for just having a tier 2 hero now. We don't see many tier 2 heroes. A lot of the time it's just tier 1 hero and a bunch of troops or something like that. And then Reserve 2 is usually like a big mech or maybe 3 small mechs, something like that. Anyway, moving on quickly, because it's about 4 minutes in here, so I only want to make about 10 minutes. The Russviet Exo Suits, I remember that I got cheesed with these the first couple of games playing online, so luckily their movement's reduced, jump damage reduced, healing now costs resources, XP needed to reach veterancy is increased, and increased iron cost. So massive sort of, not nerf, but a debuff, I'd say, on those. So that's very good. Olga, now this hero, Russviet hero, tier 1 hero, was pretty much the go-to hero if you go in Russviets, or any, really. She's an insane hero that could set a satchel charge or like a TNT or something like that and remote detonate it and cause 500, 600, 700 damage. Crazy. Used to blow up field cannons pretty much in one hit. Incredible. So her HP has now decreased and the detonator damage has decreased. So I don't know by how much specifically, but that could be a bit of a nerf, which could open up some more heroes, maybe Lek potentially. Not Lech, is it Lech? I don't know, I can't remember the tier 2 RUSVIET hero now, but that person anyway. POLANIA, this is kind of pretty cool here. I like this. The rifleman range is increased. I think that's Loka. I think I call it Loka, maybe Losa, but the HP and damage is increased, and the Shmiley damage is increased as well. So considerable buff there to POLANIA, sorry. The rifleman range is really, really good as well. So that's also a really good one there. Faction variants. Now this is really, really cool. This is really, I like this because it's distinguishing more between the factions rather than just, you know, the infantry are all very similar, but the mechs are slightly different. What they're doing now is switching it up a little bit and sort of saying, well, if you're playing POLANIA, your barracks, advanced barracks, and workshops are going to be cheaper. However, if you're RUSVIET, your workshops and advanced workshops are more expensive, but your mechs cost less, which is interesting. So, you know, on a later game, the RUSVIETs might be a lot better now because, yes, the buildings cost more, but over time your mechs will cost considerably less. I'm not too sure how cheap they are, whether they're 10% discount, 15, 20%, I'm not too sure, but that's quite big, so I have to look into that. Saxony remains unchanged in comparison to the others, having moderate costs of buildings and units but powerful individual units. So Saxony has just stayed the same, which I think is a good thing to do. Map changes, yes, looks like hopefully there's something in here for Border River. So thanks for your feedback. We're still finding issues with the collision, navigation and cover. The location of the weapon crate sparse up in the early game. The location, number of resource because it's changed on nearly all maps. Okay. To better address balance inequalities and to spice up the early game. These may change again in future. So deserted track, corner areas have been cleaned up to present some unintended cover behaviour. Border River, changes here, still work in progress. I love that. Yeah, Border River, not a lot of people like Border River. I think it's just the fact that the mechs can't cross the bridges, and you can easily just block them. Oil spill, the positions of the oil pumps in the river have been adjusted and some trees removed. This ensures they're equally reachable. We've added more explosive barrels. That's good. I actually don't really know about these maps actually because I don't really play 2v2 or 3v3 that much. So I can't personally comment on these ones too much. But that's it, guys. That's everything wrapped up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the quick video of the new patch notes. The patch note is called Patch Notes 0.11.5 and 0.11.5. That's it. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick video just to give you guys an idea of what potential changes there could be with the multiplayer gameplay, especially in the 1v1s as well. It's going to be big. RUSVIET changes as well, so Olga probably not going to be used as much potentially, and POLANIA as well, big buff all round for the rifleman, for some mechs doing extra damage and such. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think of the patch notes in the comments below. Also, please check out my Twitch where I'm streaming every now and then, you know, hopefully maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Some Iron Harvest multiplayer action on Twitch at Widgie1, so please check that out. You guys know what to do. Support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.